Did you know that the number of daily active Dapp users increased by 396% in just 1 year, reaching over 2.4 million users? That's more than 3 times the population of San Francisco. But what exactly are these Dapps? How do they work? And why they're so hyped nowadays? Let's find out. What are Dapps? Imagine you're using your favorite app. Let's say it's a music streaming app. You've curated the perfect playlist, spent hours discovering new artists, and even made some friends along the way. But one day, you wake up to find that the app has shut down. All your playlists, your music discoveries, and your connections are gone. Just like that. Frustrating, isn't it? Now let's imagine a different scenario. You're using the same music streaming app, but this time, it's a Dapp, short for Decentralized Application. It runs on a blockchain, which means it's not controlled by any single entity. No one can just decide to shut it down. Your playlists, your music discoveries, your connections, they're all safe and sound. At their core, Dapps are just like the apps you use every day. They have a user interface, they have functionality, and they serve a purpose. But that's where the similarities end. While traditional apps are hosted on servers and controlled by an organization, Dapps run on a blockchain and are controlled by, well, no one and everyone at the same time. Dapps are built on a blockchain, a decentralized network of computers, or you can say nodes. Each node has a copy of the entire blockchain, which includes all the transactions in the state of every Dapp. This means that even if one node goes down, the Dapp still runs smoothly on the other nodes. So yeah, Dapps are pretty cool, but how do they work? How does a Dapp go from being a bunch of code to an unstoppable application? How Dapps work? At the heart of every Dapp is something called a smart contract. Well, don't let the name fool you. A smart contract isn't some fancy legal document that's gone to law school. It's actually a piece of code that lives on the blockchain. But just like a real contract, a smart contract has terms and conditions. And of course, when those conditions are met, the smart contract automatically executes. You see, no need for a middleman. Let's say you're using a Dapp for a betting game. You and your friend bet 1 Ether each on the outcome of a coin toss. The rules of the game, including the amount of the bet and the conditions for winning, are written in a smart contract. When the coin is tossed, the smart contract automatically checks the outcome and transfers the 2 Ether to the winner. All of this happens transparently and without the need for a trusted third party. But how does a smart contract know what's happening in the real world? How does it know who won the bet? This is where oracles come in. Oracles are services that feed real-world data into the blockchain. In our betting game example, an oracle could be used to provide the outcome of the coin toss to the smart contract. A Dapp interacts with a smart contract through a set of functions defined in the smart contract. A bit of technical info, but these functions allow the Dapp to read data from the smart contract and to send transactions to it. In our betting game Dapp, there could be a function in the smart contract to place a bet. When you place a bet in the Dapp, it calls this function in the smart contract, sending a transaction to the blockchain with the details of the bet. Once the transaction is confirmed, the bet is on. Benefits of Dapps. Remember how we said that Dapps run on a blockchain? Well, this means that every action in a Dapp, every bet, every win, every loss is a transaction on the blockchain. And because the blockchain is public, anyone can verify these transactions. This transparency is one of the key advantages of Dapps. There's another advantage of resistance to censorship. In a traditional app, the organization that runs the app can decide to shut it down or block certain users. But with Dapps, no single entity has this power. The Dapp runs on a network of computers, and as long as these computers are running, so is the Dapp. This makes Dapps resistant to censorship and shutdowns. Consider a social media Dapp. In a traditional social media app, the company can decide to block certain posts or users. But in a social media Dapp, this power is decentralized. The community decides what content is acceptable through a system of upvotes and downvotes. Another advantage is the potential for decentralized ownership. This is a big one. In a traditional app, the company owns the app and its data. But in a Dapp, ownership can be decentralized. Users can own a piece of the app, have a say in its development, and even share in its profits. Take a music streaming Dapp. In a traditional music streaming app, The company makes money from your subscriptions and listens. But in a music streaming dApp, you could own a piece of the platform. You could earn tokens for listening to music and use these tokens to vote on new features or artists. Now, all these benefits aren't just theoretical. They're already being realized in dApps that are live today. According to DappRadar, the total value locked in dApps skyrocketed to a staggering 175 billion in the first quarter of 2024. That's a huge increase from the $14 billion in 2021. DeFi app. Moving on. One of the most exciting areas of dApps is decentralized finance, or just DeFi in short. Imagine you want to earn interest on your money. In the traditional financial system, you would deposit your money in a bank, and the bank would lend it out to borrowers. In return, the bank would give you a small percentage of the interest. But with DeFi, you can cut out the middleman. You can deposit your cryptocurrency directly into a DeFi lending platform and earn interest. And because there's no bank taking a cut, the interest rates can be much higher. One popular DeFi lending platform is Compound. On this platform, you can earn interest on your crypto assets like Ether or DAI. Interestingly, the interest is paid out every few seconds. That's right, every few seconds. You can literally watch your money grow, tracking dApps. dApps are also enhancing transparency and tracking services. One dApp that's doing this is VeChain. It uses blockchain to enhance supply chain management. It provides manufacturers with a way to track their products in real time, ensuring that they are authentic and ethically sourced. With VeChain, you can scan a product and see its entire history, giving you confidence in your purchase. dApps can also be used to track digital assets. Consider the case of a digital art piece. With a dApp like Rarible, each art piece is tokenized and its ownership is recorded on the blockchain. This means you can track the history of the art piece, see who owned it, and verify its authenticity. Marketplace dApps. From tracking, let's move into the marketplace dApps. Now, if you've ever bought or sold something online, you know how online marketplaces work. But when you add blockchain into the mix, things get a whole lot more interesting. One of the first and most famous marketplaces of dApps is CryptoKitties. It's actually a game where you can collect, breed, and trade virtual cats. Each cat is unique and stored on the Ethereum blockchain. Some of these cats have sold for over $100,000. Yes, a virtual cat selling for the price of a luxury car. CryptoKitties is also a marketplace where users can buy and sell their cats. And because each cat is tokenized, it has real-world value. This means that when you buy a CryptoKitty, you're not just buying a cute virtual pet, you're investing in a digital asset. Bidali is another marketplace for gift cards. Instead of buying gift cards with traditional money, here, you buy them with cryptocurrency. This opens up a whole new world of possibilities for using your crypto. Want to buy a cup of coffee with your Bitcoin? Just buy a coffee shop gift card on Bidali. Educational dApp. Next up, if you're looking to learn more about blockchain and cryptocurrencies, there are actual educational dApps like Whiteboard Crypto. It offers easy-to-understand explanations of complex blockchain concepts. Each lesson is tokenized, and users can earn tokens by learning and contributing to the platform. These tokens can also be used to unlock more content or even traded on a marketplace. Connecting the dots with ENS. Moving on, we all know, especially in the blockchain world, addresses are usually long strings of numbers and letters. They're hard to remember and easy to mistype. And when you're sending a transaction to a wrong address, it can mean losing your funds. This is a big problem. Enter ENS, which stands for Ethereum Name Service, and it's like the phone book of the Ethereum blockchain. Instead of having to remember a long and complicated address, you can simply use an ENS name. For example, instead of sending funds to an address like 0x4CB58C50480, you could send them to Alice F. Much easier to remember, right? With ENS, interacting with a dApp becomes as easy as typing in a web address. You don't need to know what's happening behind the scenes. You just need to know where you want to go. And you know what the best part is? ENS is itself a dApp. Oh, how exciting. As it's built on the Ethereum blockchain, no one can take away your ENS name or change its address without your permission. And that's a wrap. So, what do you think about dApps? Have you used any dApps that you found interesting? Do you see any potential challenges or opportunities for dApps? Drop your comments below. Before you go, don't forget to check out our recent video on everything you need to know about crypto tax and regulations, UK, India, and USA. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon. Thanks for watching.